Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. Today, we're looking at the power of imagination.
Oh, exciting.
Really fascinating stuff. We're going to be focusing on the work of Napoleon Hill
Oh, yeah. He's great.
and kind of dissecting his approach to imagination and how we can use it to achieve our goals. So,
I think one of the most interesting things about Hill's work is that he doesn't just see imagination as this fluffy, creative tool. He really sees it as a driving force for success in the real world.
yeah, he really frames it almost like it's a superpower. Right.
Totally. Like, if you think about it, any major achievement, whether it's like a scientific breakthrough or,
Invention.
inventions, incredible works of art, like they all start with ideas.
Yeah.
These images in someone's mind, right?
Yeah.
That initial spark of imagination, that is essential.
Right. So we all have that spark, that potential.
We do.
But then how do we go from that spark to actually bringing those ideas to life?
Well, that's where Hill's insights become really practical. He really emphasizes this need for a clear purpose. He says, if you don't have a specific goal in mind,
Yeah.
your imagination is kind of like a ship without a rudder.
It's just going to drift around.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
So you really need to hone in on what you want.
So just kind of like wanting something in general isn't enough. You've got to be...
No. He takes it a step further. He's like, write it down.
Oh, wow.
He's a big believer in writing down your goals in detail, really likes spelling it out. And he says this signals to your subconscious that you're serious about achieving them.
So you're not just saying, oh, I want to achieve this.
Yeah.
You're putting it down on paper.
Putting it down on paper, you're making a commitment.
You're getting it real.
Yeah. Even with a clear goal, though, there's another crucial element. You need to believe that achieving that goal is possible.
Oh, yeah, the belief factor.
Yeah, if you don't believe it, why would your imagination even bother working on it?
That makes sense, yeah.
So Hill actually referred to this as faith. And it's not blind optimism. It's more about this deep conviction that what you seek is already on its way because you've taken the steps to set it in motion.
Oh, interesting. So it's almost like...
Like you've planted the seed.
Yeah, you've planted the seed, and now you got to just trust that it's going to grow.
Trust the process.
Yeah. So how do we cultivate that kind of unwavering faith? Especially because it can be tough to maintain when you're facing challenges and setbacks and things aren't going your way.
That's where visualization comes in. This is where Hill's insights become like really tangible. He talks about creating a vivid mental movie of yourself achieving your goal.
Oh, okay.
Engaging all your senses. So it's not just seeing it in your mind's eye, it's about feeling it, hearing it, even like...
Smelling it, tasting it.
Yeah. The more real you can make it,
Oh, wow.
the more your subconscious starts to accept it as a possibility.
Oh, that's interesting. So you're basically tricking your subconscious into thinking that this has already happened.
In a way, yeah. And Hill even suggests that the subconscious mind can't fully distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and reality.
Whoa, that's powerful. But what about when we hit those roadblocks? I mean, it's so easy to lose faith when things don't go according to plan, right?
Yeah, and it's important to acknowledge that challenges are inevitable. Hill didn't shy away from that. He actually saw every obstacle, every setback as an opportunity for growth. It's all about building resilience.
So it's about not giving up.
Not giving up. It's easy to just want to throw in the towel.
Yeah, when things get tough, it's just like, ugh, I'm done.
But, Hill was all about pushing through that resistance. And something that can help with that is breaking down these larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps, right?
Bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, bite-sized pieces. That allows you to experience those wins along the way, which helps you stay motivated, keeps you going.
Right. So instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I have this huge mountain to climb, you can be like, okay, I just have to get to that next little peak and then the next little peak.
Exactly. And each step forward reinforces your belief, strengthens your commitment to the larger vision.
Right. So along with persistence, is there anything else we need to be mindful of?
Yeah. Safeguarding your mind against negativity.
That makes sense. We've all heard about the power of positive thinking, but I'm curious to learn more about how that specifically connects to harnessing the power of imagination.
Hill compares the subconscious mind to fertile soil.
Okay.
And whatever you plant in it, whether it's doubts or beliefs, is going to grow.
So if we're constantly feeding our minds with negative self-talk, we're essentially setting ourselves up for failure.
Yeah, those negative thoughts act like weeds, choking the potential of our imagination.
So how do we cultivate a more positive mental environment?
One thing is to be mindful of the content we consume, the books we read, the podcasts we listen to, the people we surround ourselves with.
Right, so it's about being intentional with the information and influences we allow into our minds.
Exactly. Surround yourself with positivity. It makes it easier to maintain that optimistic outlook.
So are there any other strategies we can use to create that positive internal environment?
Identify those negative thought patterns
Oh, okay.
that might be holding you back and replace them with positive affirmations.
So that's a good one. Instead of saying, I can't, saying, I can and I will.
Yeah, exactly. It's about consciously replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones.
So it's like we're retraining our minds to focus on the positive.
Yeah. The key is consistency. The more we repeat those affirmations, the more we reprogram our subconscious to embrace those new beliefs.
Right. So we've talked about the power of belief, visualization, persistence, and even guarding our minds against negativity. What else do we need to know to effectively harness our imagination?
All of this internal work needs to be translated into action. Imagination without action is just daydreaming.
Right. So it's about finding that balance.
Finding that sweet spot where imagination and action work together.
Right. Because you can have all the ideas in the world, but if you don't do anything with them,
It's all for nothing.
yeah. So what does that look like in practice?
Hill talks about inspired action. These are actions that emerge effortlessly from a state of clarity and alignment with your vision. This is where the magic really happens.
I love that inspired action. It's like when you just know the next right step to take, even if you can't fully explain it logically.
You're in the flow, guided by something deeper.
Yes, that's a perfect way to describe it.
That's the power of your imagination at work.
This is all making so much sense now. We've covered a lot of ground, but I'm eager to explore even more in the next part.
Oh, there's so much more to uncover about this incredible power we all possess.
We'll be back shortly to continue our exploration of the power of imagination. Stay tuned.
Looking forward to it.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the power of imagination. You know, the last part we were talking about how imagination isn't just this like whimsical daydream thing.
Right.
It's like this actual driving force for getting stuff done.
It is, and it's amazing how Hill, breaks down the process and gives us these practical steps to harness this power.
Yeah, we talked about setting clear goals and cultivating that belief and using visualization, being persistent. But I think a lot of people struggle with like the time aspect of it all.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because, we live in this world of instant gratification. And it's easy to get impatient when things aren't happening as quickly as we want.
Absolutely. And I think, going back to Hill, that analogy of the seed and the tree is so powerful here.
Oh, yeah.
Just like a seed needs time to germinate and grow into this big, strong tree.
Yeah.
Our dreams also need time to unfold.
We can't rush the process.
No, you can't rush it. We have to trust that things are happening behind the scenes, even if we can't see those immediate results.
Yeah, it's about surrendering control a little bit.
Surrendering control, being patient.
Patience, yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big one. And patience is actually closely tied to another powerful force, gratitude.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Okay, so gratitude is amazing because it shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have.
Right, so it's like changing our perspective.
Exactly. Instead of being frustrated about what we haven't accomplished yet, we can be appreciative of the progress we have made, the resources we have.
Right, so it's about focusing on the positive.
Absolutely. When we focus on what we're grateful for, it raises our vibration, aligns us with the frequency of abundance.
Okay.
We start to attract more of what we want.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like this positive feedback loop.
Yeah.
Gratitude attracts more good things.
More to be grateful for.
Exactly.
And that strengthens our belief.
Yes, it reinforces that belief in the universe's ability to support us.
So how can we practically incorporate more gratitude into our daily lives?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to pursuing our goals.
Well, one simple but effective practice is making a list of things you're grateful for that relate to your goals.
Oh, okay.
Even if those goals haven't been fully realized yet.
So even if I'm working towards something big, like a career change, I can still be grateful for the skills I'm learning along the way.
Absolutely. It's about finding those nuggets of gratitude in every step of the journey.
Not just the destination.
Not just the destination.
Right.
And speaking of challenges, Hill actually believed that adversity could be a catalyst for growth.
Oh, interesting. So he didn't see it as a bad thing.
Well, it's natural to view adversity as something negative, something to avoid.
Yeah.
But Hill had this quote. He said, "Diamonds are formed under pressure, and so are you."
I like that.
Isn't that great? So it's not about avoiding difficulties, but developing that ability to navigate them effectively.
So we grow from those challenges.
We do. And sometimes those challenging situations force us to tap into like a deeper level of our imagination.
Oh, how so?
Well, we're pushed to think outside the box, get creative.
We have to come up with solutions.
Yeah, solutions we never would have considered otherwise.
Right, so it almost forces us to be more imaginative.
In a way, yeah. And you know, something else that can significantly enhance our ability to tap into our imagination is collaboration.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Hill was a big advocate for what he called masterminds.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that term thrown around. What exactly is a mastermind group?
It's essentially a group of like-minded individuals who come together to support and inspire each other.
So it's about like bouncing ideas off of each other.
It's more than just brainstorming. It's about leveraging the collective intelligence and energy of the group to achieve better results.
So it's like two heads are better than one.
Exactly. When we share our ideas and challenges and aspirations with others, it sparks new insights, new possibilities.
Yeah, I could see how getting feedback from other people could really help you see things from a different perspective.
For sure. And we can also hold each other accountable.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
That support system can be so valuable. Having people who believe in you can make a huge difference when you're facing obstacles or feeling discouraged.
Yeah, that's when you need that support the most.
And it creates this environment where you feel safe to take risks.
Right, to pursue your passion.
Yeah.
Without judgment.
Without judgment, exactly.
A mastermind group can boost our imagination and our motivation.
It's about recognizing that we're not meant to do this alone.
Yeah.
There's so much power in connection and collaboration.
This is all making so much sense now. We've learned so much about how to effectively harness the power of imagination.
We have. We've really gone deep.
But I feel like there's still more to explore, right?
There is. In the final part, we'll talk about some even more profound concepts, including how to work with the subconscious mind, the role of intuition, and that transformative power of inspired action.
I'm excited to dive into those final insights with you. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back to our deep dive. You know, we've been exploring this whole idea of the power of imagination.
Yeah.
And how it's not just about achieving things in the outside world, but also tapping into our full potential.
Right, as creators.
Yeah, we're all artists in a way.
Absolutely. Hill believed that, imagination is this divine spark within us.
Yeah.
It's who we really are.
It's like we're shaping our reality with every thought.
Yes.
Every belief, every act of imagination.
Yeah. We're not just passively living our lives, we're actively creating them.
We have so much more power than we realize.
We do. And this power is available to everyone.
Right. It's not just for certain people.
It's not like some people are born with this creative gene and others aren't. Imagination is a skill. And any skill, you can develop it.
So if someone's listening to this and they're like, okay, I get it. I want to use my imagination more, but where do I start?
Start with one area of your life where you want to see change. It could be your career, your relationships, your health, anything.
What's that one thing that you really want to focus on?
Yeah, what really excites you.
Yeah.
And then spend some time each day visualizing your desired outcome.
Really engage all your senses, see it, feel it, hear it.
It's like creating a movie in your mind.
Exactly. And as you visualize, feel those positive emotions,
you
start to shift your energy.
Okay.
Align yourself with that outcome.
So you're not just picturing it, you're feeling it.
You're embodying it.
It's already happened.
Yes.
Powerful stuff. And then we take those small, consistent actions that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, inspired action.
Yeah.
That's where the magic happens.
I love that. It's like imagination and action working together.
It's a beautiful partnership.
It is. So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have. We've really explored the depths of imagination.
And I feel like the biggest takeaway for me is that we have so much power to create the lives we want.
We do. And I think that's what Hill really wanted to convey.
Yeah.
That we're not limited by our circumstances. The only limits are the ones we set for ourselves.
So it's really up to us to tap into that power. Absolutely. So what's one small step you, our listener, can take today to put your imagination into action?
Yeah, think about that. Maybe it's finally writing down those goals or starting that visualization practice.
Or maybe it's having a conversation with someone who inspires you.
Yeah, and share your ideas with us.
We'd love to hear from you.
Let us know what you're working on. And remember, you are capable of creating a life beyond your wildest dreams.
So go out there and make it happen.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep believing in the power of your own imagination.